I'm going to be moving in a couple of months or a month, which I'm looking forward to, but I just really want to document how beautiful this backyard is, at least for me. I brought these red rocks back from the San Isabel National Forest. Thought I would create maybe a little meditation space. I'm going to make sure to use this a few more times. Maybe take a few rocks with me. Then again, maybe they can just stay. These are invaluable to off-the-gridders, RVers, people with a backyard, even for backpack camping. This I left here when I was visiting in 2013. It's a hibachi. It's good for grilling, cooking, heating up. It's a classic grill. This is where I started planting some stuff, but I should have added more planting soil. Goes without saying, I just kind of let this section go. This is a nice little table that was acquired when a house nearby was being cleaned out. And this was built about 4 years ago. And the last time there was any backyard activity was about 4 years ago, prior to me coming here. These rocks have just been kind of hanging out for however long. This is another item that was found recently. Found to make the backyard look more like a living room. So before, this was just one big jungle, all through here, everywhere. Bought some straw to use as mulch on the quinoa garden about a month ago. The flowers on there to prevent full-on pest attack. The flower is supposed to be something that's not good for the grasshoppers. So this is about 7 weeks in. Got about another month and a half to go. When that is done, that's going to be the period that I get it right off into the sunset. Now, speaking of the sunrise, we got a nice, beautiful sunrise from this particular angle. And then it sets almost perfectly over here. And there's another RVer way over there. I try to give them space. Hopefully these guys will stay alive. I don't really have a green thumb, but I'm really trying to develop my skills. Get some insect netting, some dowels. Make sure I don't overwater. Make sure I don't underwater. And I just put these in larger pots, and I have 5-gallon pots coming, which are like, they're bigger. This is a curly dock I've mentioned before. I was wondering when I got here what this plant would end up being. My friend and I both suspected that it was edible. We looked it up, and it's curly dock. The flour from curly dock could be added to pancakes and other things. There's a lot of plants that can be made into flour that can then be baked. Over here I started growing corn, but as you can see, the soil is pretty dry. I should have added more potting soil if I was going to seriously grow corn. So it looks like there are 5 stalks that have remained alive. This hasn't needed much watering, but it probably should be watered at this point. This is garlic, and garlic has been growing on its own since last year. And we actually transplanted this from the neighbors, and the neighbor's house is now occupied, so I'm not going to go over there. It was that was an empty house for about a month. Now, this has just been sitting here on the ground since I got here, and I'm thinking this could be turned into a greenhouse. They're wrapping some insect netting around this and standing it up on its legs. It's missing a couple of it's missing a wheel right there, so I can either take out the other wheels or just put something in its place. But I think this could be a a good little greenhouse. This right here, this material is a way you can insulate an RV. So something like that would go on the inside, right in here. And the RV is already starting to get a little chillier. This is another private space that I've enjoyed. And I was thinking about getting a punching bag, because it's been a while. I've owned a number of them throughout my life. And hanging it from right here. There's also these mounts that I can get, and I can just hang it off of here. And I'd have enough room here to kick and strike. But I may be putting off that goal for another period. But I did get a weight set. And this would be a good place to maybe use those to rack them, unrack them, you know, something flat. This is more prickly lettuce. There's a lot of prickly lettuce out here. That is edible if you boil it. This is another chair that was found for free. This is a 15-watt solar panel that I acquired in 2013, and it was left here in Colorado between 2013 and 2015. Cinnamon, I was told by a YouTube viewer, is something that can help, in addition to flour, keep the pests away. So I've actually been leaving a little cinnamon around here. There's a big grasshopper right there. They're all through here. These are glass water bottles. I like to let the sun hit glass containers to charge the water with the power of the sun. Not only that though, this method is used to disinfect water. If you're out in the wild and you've filtered your container, by letting pure sunlight hit it for 6 hours, that is a known, tried and tested technique to purify water. But I also suspect that it boosts water, especially when you have solar flares coming in. And I believe that. I've always believed that. And I don't know how I know that, but I know that. So I'm going to be drinking this water later. As I drank solar water, about 3 glasses of it yesterday. The RV gives me plenty of space. I'm going to be getting an RV booster in here so I can get Wi-Fi a little better. For the most part, when I'm posting news to AMTV, which is a side gig that I have, I do that inside. But this RV, this is an example of a light that's good for video recording. I have a couple of these. That's the old blue curtain some of you remember from the Teardrop Camper. I don't know how many of you remember that. The famous curtain for the MGTOW videos. Oh shit. Okay. And we've got our storage space. I'm going to be storing quinoa and food up here. Obviously I've got more space. Maybe what I need is a racking system, being that this isn't my bed area. This is my storage unit. I'm really grateful to have this RV, and I'm really grateful that the RV doesn't have a lot of the problems that a lot of other used RVs have. And this is a hat from my grandpa. It's the only thing that I have left. This is my grandpa's NRA hat. I keep it for good luck. Bathroom's good, but I would like to replace the toilet. The fridge needs, I need to refill the propane. This is an AC, so when I'm plugged in somewhere, I can run this. Actually, I have the cord unplugged right now, so forget that. But when I am plugged in, something like this plugs into here. And other things plug into here. I'm going to start using this as a closet. And this is for food. And this is water for showers. And this is my inverter here. Charge controller there. It's a sweet little system. And I got my batteries right here. And one more. And down the line, I'm probably going to get more solar panels and batteries. So being here has been a good place for me to get my feet wet, learn how to use this RV a little better and some of the accessories without going full on off the grid. When I initially pulled up the weeds for this garden, a lot of them ended up right here. And over here. Next to this mound of almost large tree weeds. Need like a chainsaw or something. Okay, this concludes this little morning video. Of course, potatoes here.